I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant from China, and I escaped communist persecution during Cultural Revolution as a teenager. Came to this country at age 21 with only $50, with a Chinese English dictionary, knowing no one in this country, but with a big American dream. And I've been very fortunate, I've been very blessed to have the education in this country to become a doctor. And sometimes the immigrants think that being an immigrant to come to this country is a negative, it's a setback, it's a disadvantage. And indeed, it is true in some sense because I have to learn the language, culture, and I have to start all over again. I have to take extra effort, I have to do extra work to do the same things as native students here would have achieved because I have to do so much more. But now I recognize that I've been here for many decades and have become a U.S. citizen and devote my life and more professional medical service to all the patients in this country in the last 35 years. I've come to realize that being an immigrant in many ways is actually an advantage because not only I can appreciate freedom and choice more in many ways than some of the folks who were born with freedom and choice, because I used to not have freedom and choice. Just like someone who used to be blind appreciates sight more. And so in that sense, I can be more active, participate in the society, helping myself, my family, as well as fellow citizens to appreciate America and to help continue protect the freedom and choice this country has. And there are lots of debate, and much of this is negative today, about immigration and immigrants. And there's constant arguments in some folks between some immigrants and some folks, natives. And those discussions and much of those negative today is focused on often what I should get, okay, what I'm supposed to have, you should give me this, you should give me that, and you should not take that away this way, should not take away that. And I feel that at the end, we should all recognize, especially the immigrants, and I'm one of them, that America has an immigration problem, but we don't have an immigration problem that starts with E. That means we don't have a problem where everyone wants to leave here, go somewhere else. We have the problem that everybody does wants to come here to live here. And first of all, we need to think about why is that the case? Why this land attracts so many people from all over the world, myself included, to have chosen to live here. And the reason for that is the safety, the peace, the security, the freedom and choice that it provides. And what is the foundation for that? Is U.S. Constitution, a set of structure that protect the citizens' right and limit the government power and provide a forum of public disclosure and discourse about issues. We all recognize that we want to live here, and we all recognize that America is the greatest country on this planet, and we all recognize that America's greatest country on this planet is because of sets of structure and rules that our founding father of America has set forth over 200 years ago. And big part of that is the U.S. Constitution. Now, in this somewhat negative debate between immigrants and natives, I feel that the way to resolve and to help understand, to communicate better between the immigrants and people who are here is to perhaps look at ways and ask ourselves this question, rather than keep on arguing and asking, what should I get? Or you're taking two away that. Can we all recognize we're so blessed and fortunate all being able to live in this great country of America, that, to paraphrase President Kennedy, ask less what each of us can get or should get, and ask together, how can we help America? So in this case, we need to study Constitution, recognize that's the set of document provides not only the structure of this country, and limiting the government power, but also, just as importantly, they emphasize the citizenship responsibility. And big part of that is the voting. That vote to voice each of our concern, to participate in the political process, in the democratic process of this country is the basis upon which all this structure of this country can found. If people don't participate, don't voice their concerns, then we don't have democracy. Democracy is a foreign public education based upon informed public. If a public is not informed, the public is not interested, if a public does not participate, we do not have democracy. So we need to recognize we cannot take things for granted, especially for immigrants. I'm one of them. I constantly tell all my immigrant friends that we've chosen to live here. We want to live here. Nobody else tells us to come here. We want to. Many of us have a dream to various different degrees, the American dream. You know, it could be a taxi driver from Russia that before he or she came to this country did not have the freedom and choice, and now came to this country, worked very hard in driving taxis and helping other people. For myself, I got the opportunity to study medicine because of America and to become a doctor. And as a duty of every citizen of this world, and to recognize that we not only should appreciate the opportunity to receive, but we also should recognize our duty to give. We need to pay back, pay forward to help future generation. In this particular case, help future generations, Americans, to be able to continue enjoy the freedom and choice. And what I want to say to all the students in this country is appreciate America. Appreciate the sets of rules and principles and structure that this country is founded upon. And the best example is to study U.S. Constitution to remind ourselves what has made America great. And to my fellow American citizens and to all my colleagues and friends and in this country, we cannot take for granted that the founding fathers of America have fought with their lives to create this beautiful place, beautiful country, with a set of structure, constitution to protect this country. But it is not guaranteed it's going to be there tomorrow. It can only have the best chance to survive, the structure, the freedom, the constitution, the limited government, if we do one thing for each of us as citizens, that is to vote, to participate, to exert our citizens' power, to be part of this democratic process, because democracy, again, is only possible if we have an informed and participating public. And any public forum, any organization such as 917 Society, to advocate the need for education, need to educate especially our youth about U.S. Constitution, the structure upon which freedom and choice is being based upon this country. This effort requires funds, requires people's effort, requires resources. It doesn't come from vacuum. I have helped this society, I've participated, I will continue to do so, and I will tell all my fellow immigrants and all my fellow citizens in America is that we should not only enjoy the fruit of the labor of our founding fathers and all these other folks in this country who have built this country, built freedom and choice upon Constitution. We also have the responsibility to keep it going. And the way to keep it going is to participate, contribute, and support an organization such as 917 Society.